this time, connect with a personal dedication or offering for your practice. And you can come back to this again and again if you feel off track. Okay, you're going to come to stand in your yoga space. Make sure you have any props or anything set up so that you can use them if needed. If you have a strap, you can use a strap, but if you don't have one, you could use a belt or any other towel or anything that helps you hold their hands. So we'll begin with the hands and the feet, or the hands on either side of the body, but the feet are grounded a little bit apart. The knees are soft. Lift your arms above the head, take a deep breath in, come up on your toes as tall as you can. And then release the arms down and rock back so you're on your heels, the toes are lifted. Inhale, come up as if you're wearing high heels. And then exhale, come down, lift the toes, you're rocking back on the heels. One more like that, breathe in, lift. Exhale, come down, lift the toes. Very good. Take mountain pose. Hands are on either side of the body, the chin parallel to the floor, the crown of the head reaches toward the space above you. Stand in all of your power here. Remember that this part of the practice, the coming back to balance or grounding, is important. So you can come back to this pose at any time, or child's pose if you need to reset. All right, hands the center of the chest, top of the mat. We'll do some sun salutations to start. Raise the arms up and go back, Urdhva Hastasana. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Step the right foot back, take the knee down, sink the hips, Ashwashanchalanasana. Plank. Knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskara. Bhujangasana, the cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing. Right foot forward, back knee down, sink the hips. Left foot meets right, forward fold, Uttanasana. Palms together, go up and back, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to your heart, Pranamasana. And repeat, reach up, stretch. Forward fold. Left foot back this time, Ashwashanchalanasana, low lunge. Plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Downward facing. Left foot forward. Forward fold. Palms together, up and back. Hands to your heart. And repeat, one more like this, up and back. Forward fold. Right foot back. Plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing. Right foot forward. Forward fold. Palms together, go up and back. Hands to your heart. And repeat, reach up, stretch. Forward fold. Left foot back. Plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing. Left foot forward. Forward fold. Palms together, go up and back. Hands to your heart, Pranamasana. Second variation, raise the arms up. Forward fold, brush the fingertips, hold the hands behind the back and stretch. Release the hands, step back to plank. I'm sorry, bring the right foot back. Sorry, I have to let someone in. Now plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra or up dog. downward facing. This time the right foot forward, lift the arms, Kakapiyasana. Spring forward, brush the fingertips, hold the hands and stretch. Release the palms, go all the way up and back. Then right back down, brush the fingertips, hold the hands, pull the knuckles over the head. This time the left foot back, lift the arms, the Kakapiyasana. Plank. Either Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing. Left foot forward, lift the arms, the Kakapiyasana. I think I messed that up, but hang in there. Forward fold, brush the fingertips, hold the hands and stretch. It's just one of those days. Lift the arms, go all the way up and back. Hands to your heart. Stay here. It all works out in the wash, right? Interlace the hands, bring the hands down. Lift the arms by the ears, bring your feet together. Side bend. And then back to center. Side bend, opposite side. Back to center. Interlace the hands behind the back. Forward fold. Pull the knuckles over the head. Lay the chest on the thighs. Just like we did in the warm-up, and now you stay. Release the arms and take ragdoll. You can hold opposite elbows, sway back and forth, or take any forward fold that you like at this time. Now bring the hands down and take squat. So in a squat, the feet can be a little bit outside of the mat, hands the center of the chest. So it's early in the practice. If you feel really tight and you need to use a block, please feel free. You can stay here or take crow. Hands down, bring the arms on the back, the legs on the backs of the arms and fly. If you don't want to take crow, stay in your squat. If you know how to jump back, go ahead. Otherwise, step back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing. Stay there. In your downward facing, maybe the feet come a little closer, press into both parts of the hands, or in between the thumb and first finger, so that you can get a little bit more stretch in your shoulders. You guys look great. Ones I can see. So we're going to do a little bit more work with that squat and a crow. So bend your knees and see if you can jump your feet forward into a squat. Good, this will wake you up. So if you're working on the jump back, you can watch me. If you already know how to do it, then you don't need to worry about it. So stay in your squat or take crow. Again, the arms and the legs come together, stay low to the ground and come into the crow pose. If you know how to jump back, then don't worry. But I'm going to teach you how to jump back. So the elbows are bent, they remain bent, and you go directly into the chaturanga. If you don't want to do this, just come out of crow, come into plank. So to jump back, spring your feet back, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing. Good job. Stay in your down dog, just warming up here. So one more time, jump forward, come into squat. Do it 3 times for good luck. So again, you can stay here or take crow, hands down. If you're working on the jump back, you're going to try that. Otherwise, step back to plank when I say. Go ahead and jump back or take plank, lower down chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing. Stay here. If your heart is bumpy a little bit, breathe to smooth it out. Very good. Lift the left leg high, point your toe. Bring the knee and the nose close to one another. So knee comes forward and then kick back. Forward, knee to nose, and then kick back. On the third one, the left foot's all the way forward. Lift the arms, the Kapyasana. You're going to stay here. Take your arm variation, maybe the hands behind the head, or the Kali Mudra, or hands on your thigh. But wherever you are, you stay. Eyes up. Lift up and out of the waist, bring the hands inside the left foot, lift the back knee, begin rocking back and forth for lizard. Could stay here with the knee lifted, maybe you come onto the forearms, or bring the right knee down, untuck the toes. Find your variation of Uttanprasthasana, the lizard. If you're working on getting lower, bring your thumb and first finger around your ankle, reversed, and your armpit near your shin. And then see if you can get down even lower to the mat. Or you can take a bind, bringing the arm around and bringing the head down. Hands come behind the back, binding. Some of you may be ready for that. Otherwise, you just stay in your lizard. Now stay very low to the ground. You can come into Chaturanga from here. So bend your elbows, kick your leg back, Chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing. If that doesn't work for you, you can always go to plank. Stay in your down dog now. Knees are soft. Stretch the shoulders. Lift the right leg high, point the toe. Knee to nose, come forward. Squeeze everything. Kick back. Knee to nose. Kick back. On the third one, the knee comes in and then the foot down for Kapyasana. Left knee down, lift the arms. Lunge your hips forward. Gaze up. This is a pose of opening, so try to, even though it's not always comfortable, you're helping to make it into a back bend. Go a little deeper. Lift up and out of the waist, bring the hands inside the right foot move to the side of the mat, lift the back knee, rock back and forth for the lizard. Now find your lizard pose, bring the chest forward. Perhaps you come onto the forearms. But try not to lean, so you're not leaning to the side. It's more pulling forward. If you have another variation, go ahead. That could be the bind. We're getting a little lower. Okay, to come out, again, you can come to plank or bring your hands back, keep the elbows bent, kick your leg back, Chaturanga, you're low to the ground. Upward facing dog, downward facing. Stay here. Take a deep breath in. Open up the mouth, exhale. Again, take a deep breath in. Open up the mouth, let it go. Good. Step the left foot forward, warrior one. The left knee is bent, the outer edge of your right foot grounded. Hands together, lift the arms, gaze up. Come to the ball of the back foot. Interlace the hands behind the back, chest toward the thigh. Float the right toes. Toppling tree. Pull the arms away from the back as you point the upraised toe. Lift the leg to the limit. Now the left hand in front of the left foot, half moon. You can use a block here or any props. Stack the hips and the shoulders. Lean back slightly. Don't hold the breath. Everyone's doing great. Big step back, warrior two. Come to the ball of the back foot, arms look over the left shoulder now. If you have a bind, go ahead. Very good. Unwind, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, reach forward for the triangle. Left hand on the inside of the ankle or shin, right arm lifts. Lean back slightly, gaze at your upraised thumb. Maybe you can hold your big toe with your peace fingers. Not required. Right arm brings you back up. All 10 toes in the same direction. Arms out to a T for a wide leg forward fold. Begin to fold forward. You can halfway lift here, stay, catch your hips, and then come all the way down. So for this forward fold, you can take a headstand. Many of you know this pose, but I will show you how to do it from here. If you don't want to do the headstand, then just take any forward fold from here. So the key is the head down, and then you're rolling to the toes. Keep the legs wide, and then float the legs. Or you can bring your knees in and come into a traditional tripod. So it's up to you. You might come into the tripod first and then let the legs come up. Otherwise, stay in your forward fold. Take a few more breaths here. If you're inverted, come down. Everyone meeting in the halfway lift. And then come all the way up to standing. Move your left toes forward. Step your right foot out into the right slightly. Interlace the hands, head to knee pose. The shoulder inside of the knee and the head is working toward the floor. You can use a block here. Maybe pull the arms above the head as far as you can. Keep bending the front knee. Break the pose, step back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing. Stay here. If you need to take rest, child's pose. Step the right foot forward, warrior one. The knees over the ankle, thumbs together, see them or look ahead of you, just like the other side. Working the side body to lift and stay. Come to the ball of the back foot. Interlace the hands behind the back for the toppling tree. Chest toward the thigh, float the left toes, lift the left leg. Your standing leg may be bent at first and then try to bring it to straighten. Keep lifting through the chest. So the chin and the chest lift to help you balance. Toppling tree. Now the right hand in front of the right foot to the right slightly, half moon. Plant your hand or tent your fingertips or use a block. Left arm lifts. Lean back slightly. Ardha Chandrasana. Big step back, warrior two. Try to have your thigh parallel, the knee over the ankle, reach the arms out. Look over the front middle fingernail. Come to the ball of the back foot, arms by the ears. Before you come into your revolve side angle, open your elbows wide and take a goalpost position in this high lunge. Press through your big toe and the ball of the back foot a lot. Now the left arm across the body for a revolve side angle. Bring the hands together, thumbs the center of the chest, and turn. If you have a bind, go ahead. If you need to take the knee down, no problem. Keep looking over the shoulder. Unwind back to the warrior two, gently. Straighten the front leg, reach forward, triangle. Hand on the inside of the ankle or shin, the other arm lifts, lean back. If you can hold your big toe with your peace fingers, feel free. Left arm brings you back up, all 10 toes in the same direction. Okay, so next we're gonna do some frog hops here. This is very good exercise, good for the morning. So you're going to bring both hands down. Make sure you're not going to kick anything or anyone. If you have animals around, just be careful. So you're going to bring weight forward. Then I'm going to turn this way so you can see me. You're going to bend your knees and kick your legs up and out. And eventually, you're going to learn how to balance. But you're going to do it 5 times. If you don't want to do the frog kick, so you can just take a goddess squat or a forward fold. So bring weight out of the toes and in, or out of the heels into the toes. Bend the knees, jump up and out. And use your abdominals. That's it. More hips over shoulders if possible. You might surprise yourself and be in a handstand. 1 more. Hopefully you've done 5. That's it. Good. Now, settle into a forward fold. Relax here. You can hold your elbows maybe, or bring your backs of the hands to the mat. If your breath is rushed, slow it down. And then halfway lift, catch the hips, and then come all the way up. Those are fun, right? Right toes forward. If you do those every day, eventually you're going to learn how to balance on your hands. Left foot forward. Left foot out, so you're a wide stance. Hands behind the back, head to toe pose. The shoulder inside the knee, head to the toe. Big toe. If you can't get your head all the way down, that's okay, but you're working toward it. Lower abdominals up and in. Release the hands, step back to plank. On the left hand side plank. So the left knee could be down, or stack the feet, or take Vashisthasana. Right toes behind the left knee, push the hips. Float the right knee, hold the inside of the knee or calf, and turn. If you have another side plank you like, go ahead. Return to center. On the right hand side plank, shoulder over wrist. Take your variation. Try the Dharma variation if you have it. Left toes behind the right knee, float the knee. Lean back slightly. Maybe even your eyes look behind you. Come back to center. Plank. On the count of 3, lower all the way down slowly. 1, 2, 3. Make a pillow for your head and rest. Next are the rolling cobras. Rolling cobras today, cross the right ankle over the left, fingertips under the shoulders, head down. When you come up, squeeze the elbows in. Remember the pelvis stays down. Exhale the breath. Inhale to lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale to lower. 2, 3, 4. Curve the spine. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more like that. Breathe in, lift. Exhale to lower. Recross the legs on the other side. Same thing. Elbows in. Exhale. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Lift. And lower. Last one. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Uncross the legs. Extend your left arm out. You're going to turn onto your left ear and your left hip. Your right toes behind you. This is a nice stretch. If your shoulder bothers you at all, just be careful. The right arm can come into a little half bind or just let it be on the mat for stability. Your right toes are behind you and your right knee is opening. This will help you stretch. A little bit more, or locust. Stay here. And release. Bring your right arm out. Roll onto your right ear and your right shoulder. The left toe is behind you. And rest here. I'm going to turn this way so you can see a little bit better. Use the left knee now to stretch. Again, if you have any shoulder issues, you don't want to do this as vigorously. Then come back to center, press back to child's pose, knees wide, arms reach out, rest here. If you'd like to bend your elbows and have your thumbs at the nape of the neck, walk the elbows forward for child's variation. This will stretch the backs of the arms. Release the hands, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Stay here. Okay, before we go on to the next, going to take the dolphin. So on your forearms, the hands can be together. Cross your thumbs. In your dolphin, you're working on lifting the hips high and stretching. If you want to try the forearm balance, now's the time. So the feet walk forward, make a cat action in your back, lift one leg, bend the knee, and try to shift weight. Just take a few hops at first, shifting weight out of the feet and into the arms, and then you might switch legs. It requires a lot of energy in the upper body, so make sure you're making a cat action in your back. That's it. Good job. Mary, bring your shoulders over your hips a little bit more of a rounding. Yes. Walk your feet in as much as you can. Oh, I see so many legs in the air. It's so fun. Keep going. Do like 3 more. And then when you're finished, just take that to down, come back to downward facing. Stay here. If you need to take childs, that's okay too. Look forward, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Forward fold, peace fingers around your big toes. The elbows are wide, feet separated, forehead toward the shins. If you have another forward fold you prefer, you can do that too. Now bring the feet together, palms together, roll up, one backbone at a time, slowly. Keep watching the thumbs as you lift the arms above the head. And then hands the center of the chest. Notice the effects of your practice so far. I know when you wake up early, you want to feel like you've accomplished something. So maybe you're just giving yourself a little bit of affirmation or admiration for showing up. Okay, next is the tree pose. Standing on the left foot first, the right foot is in a little kickstand, inner calf, inner thigh, or half lotus. If you get the half lotus, you can work on taking a bind. So the right hand reaches around and holds your foot or your toes, and the left arm lifts. Otherwise, you take any variation of tree that you enjoy. Perhaps you grow your branches wide. Take any variation of Vrikshasana. The eyes lift. And slowly release. Switch side. Right leg standing, left foot in any variation of the tree. Again, if you're taking the half lotus, see if you can reach around and hold your toes. Right arm lifts. Taking a bind. A little easier is to hold it with the right hand holds the left foot. That's like a little easier bind. Grow your branches, take your tree. And slowly release, shake the arms and legs out. Next is the eagle pose. So standing on the left foot, the arms are out to a T. Lift your right knee, cross the leg. If you can get the bind, that's fine. If you can't, you can just put your toes on the floor or on a block. Now, right arm under left. If you can't get the bind with the arms, hold your shoulders. Once you get the binds of the arms and legs, make sure your hips are level and sit down and back. The back is pretty straight though, so you're not folding forward in this variation. Sometimes we do. Good, squeeze everything. Now take a big step out. Open the arms and legs wide, 5-pointed star, breathe in. And then the lion's breath, stick out your tongue. One more like that, breathe in. Lion's breath. Good. Step your legs and feet together. Right leg standing, arms out to a T, lift the left knee. This is like the Karate Kid or Cobra Kai position. Cross the leg, maybe get the bind. Now look what happens. See, my hips turn. So try to bring your hips straight and level. Left arm under right, eagle pose. Keep squeezing the legs together and then sit down and back. Everything is active here, constricting. This is good for your blood flow. Circulatory system. Now take a big step out, arms and legs wide, 5-pointed star, take up space. Breathe in, lion's breath. Make some noise with your breath, unless you're gonna wake people up. Breathe in, lion's breath. Good. Jump the feet together. Next is the chair. So we already did our crows and squats, so you don't have to do that. So you're going to take the chair pose, the feet a little bit separated, arms out, sit down and back as if you're sitting in the chair. Get as low as possible. Relax the wrists and shake them out. On the count of 3, you're coming down and back into shoulder stand. 1, 2, 3. Lift the legs, shoulder stand. Hands are on either side of the spine. And you're trying to be inverted with the hips, knees, ankles in one line. If you take supported, now's a good time to do that. You can also take half shoulder stand with the legs more at an angle. Now close the eyes, space between the eyebrows, your focus. You can stay in shoulder stand or take plow. For plow, the feet come over the head or knees rest on the forehead. You guys know the drill. Taking your plow, maybe you can bring your knees by your shoulders for Karni Pindasana. Slowly rolling out, one backbone at a time. Arriving in Navasana, the boat pose, holding the backs of the legs. Or you can also release the hands. We'll lower and lift. Use the breath to help you. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keep going. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Keep going. You're doing great. 3 more. Lower and lift. Think of something pleasant. Lower and lift. Last one. Lower and lift. And Shavasana. Take your arms and legs wide. Breathe in through all the pores of the skin. I know, Sarah, you have to go, so take a little bit of Shavasana before you go. Bring the arms and legs wide. Straight. So fingertips reach, toes reach, a great body stretch. Exhale the breath and come up. So we're going to do the forward fold in a moment, but I'd like to add in a headstand here. So for headstand, some of you may not have done it when we did the wide legs, so now you can try. The top of the head is on the mat. You can take the hair pose here, and if this feels like it's perfect for you today, you stay. Otherwise, hands back, make a tripod if you'd like to do traditional, a helmet around the head. Press into both hands and distribute the weight evenly. One knee to the outside of each arm. And then split the legs. Make sure you're not rolling on your head. The head stays planted. Amazing. In your headstand, maybe you're working on taking full lotus. If you can take full lotus, wrap the legs. In a regular headstand, you're just working on lifting the knees, bringing one knee back. Katie Warfield, your hands need to be back further. They need to be back. That's probably why you're having trouble. All right, 2 more long, deep breaths in your inversion. And then take child's pose, Balasana. Your arms are at the sides, the forehead is down. All right, coming up, bring your legs out in front of you. Prepare for Paschimottanasana, the forward fold. The knees are bent slightly, arms by the ears, lay the chest on the thighs, hold the feet, the ankles, whatever you can get. And then once you're in this position, slide your hips back, forehead toward the shins. So in your forward fold, you want to make it active. So you're not just resting, but the shoulders are pulling away from the ears. And then release the arms up. Bring your hands behind you, bend the knees, take bench pose or upward facing plank, as long as you're not pregnant, but streak a breath. And release. Okay, next is from the Dharma 3, the Bharavadrasana. So you're going to bend your right knee back. The knee, if you have trouble with the knee, then you don't need to bend it back, but most likely it's better to have the knee back. Bring your heel near your seat. Your left foot comes into half lotus on the right hip. Okay, so I'll turn this way so you can see me. All right, now once you get yourself organized, you may need your strap for the bind. Reach forward with your left thumb down, reach around and try to hold your hands on your toe. And then the right hand comes to the back of the right hand against the knee and look over the left shoulder. So you're turning to the left. It's like a spinal twist. It is a spinal twist. Again, if you have trouble getting the bind, you can use the strap, wrap it around your foot, and hold it. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to turn. Very good. Unwind. You're going to bring both legs wide for a moment and windshield wiper your toes. And then the left knee bends back. Make sure your heel is near your seat. Again, if you have knee issues, maybe you don't bend the knee back. You can keep the legs straight. That's okay too. Now the right foot comes into half lotus. Make yourself even in your seat. Reach forward with your right hand, thumb down. Reach around, hold your foot. Left hand to the back of the the hand presses the knee. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale, lift to lengthen. Exhale, turn. Very nice. And unwind. Take the legs wide. Again, windshield wiper your heels. Massage your hips. And then you're going to come to lay on your back. Knees are over the heels. Make sure you can touch your fingertips to the heels. Prepare for bridge or wheel. So you're pretty warmed up and hopefully feeling nice. So for the wheel, the fingertips are by the shoulders and you're pushing all the way up. For bridge, lift the pelvis. It's still very active. Hands can be interlaced. So we'll do two. So prepare. Exhale the breath. Inhale to lift, bridge or wheel. Make sure your knees are not splaying. Very good. Can come up on your toes maybe in bridge or wheel. Good, and release. Let your knees fall into one another. The feet are wide, windshield wiper the legs. Okay, we'll do one more back bend. So again, a lot of times, even though it seems like it's not possible, the second back bend can be even easier, but you have to get yourself up. So make a choice to come up, exhale the breath, bridge or wheel. Find your variation that works best for you. Maybe you lift the heels off the floor, come up on your toes. It's very hard to talk when you're in wheel. 2 more breaths. Everyone looks great. And lower. Come down. Very good. Bring the knees into the chest. Then rock side to side. Okay, next is the yogi's choice. So I like to give you time to do a pose that you're working on. If anyone wants help, you can unmute and I will help you. You could take another back bend, the camel. If you would like to do relaxation, you can take your feet together on your back, Supta Konasana. If you'd like to take pigeon, you can do that. If you don't know what to do and you want an idea, ask me. So yogi's choice for about 90 seconds. I'll tell you when to switch. Any pose you like. You can also just rest. We did a lot of hard things today. If you're doing something that requires switching sides, please do that. Or you can pick another pose if you're doing more than one pose. And then we'll all meet on our backs, preparing for deep relax, or preparing for the spinal twist and then deep relaxation. So coming on to the back, bringing the right knee into the chest. Bump the hips to the side and bring the knee across the body. Look over the right shoulder now. And you can also bend your left knee and hold your left foot with your right hand. Spinal twist. Then slowly unwind, switching sides. Left knee into the chest, bump the hips, bring the knee across the body. Your right knee can bend and hold the foot with your left hand, or any variation of a spinal twist that you like. Come back to center, take full happy baby, holding the outsides of the feet and rocking side to side. Maybe you bend one knee and then the other. And when you feel like that's enough, you're going to take Shavasana for deep relaxation. So finding your Shavasana, if you have any props or anything you'd like to use, please make use of them now. And the whole day will be available for you later, but this is the time for you to integrate the practice and relax. Make yourself very comfortable. We'll begin with the left hand. Bring all your attention to your left hand, left arm, and shoulder, sinking down. Right hand, right arm and shoulder, no sensation. Left foot, leg and hip, sinking down. Right foot, tingling, vibrating from your energy and attention. Now let it go. Relax the right foot. Right leg and hip, no sensation. Pelvic region, abdomen loose. Rib cage and chest, your back, sinking down. No effort. Head, neck, and scalp free of tension. The face without expression. Eyes sink deep into the sockets. Jaw and tongue loose, not a word to say. Leave your body and breath to rest. Just imagine receiving the best of whatever it is you need at this time. Feel your breath and feel your body. Begin to make any small movements or stretches you like. Maybe rolling the wrists and ankles in each direction. In your own way, in your own time, turn to one side. And only when you feel ready, come back up into a seat. Just as we started, no rush. As you arrive in your seat, just take a moment again to notice and observe your true nature, connecting with it on a deep level through the practice. Hands together, either over the heart or thumbs the center of the chest. We'll end with Om and 3 Shantis and a mantra for all beings everywhere to be happy and free from suffering. Exhale the breath. Deep breath in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free from suffering and have enjoyed this practice through us some way, somehow. Be receptive to your inner peace and wisdom and see this in others today and every day. It is my true honor and pleasure to share this practice with you. I have love in my heart for each of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for waking up early. Rise and shine. If you have any questions, let me know. And I think that's it. So I'll be here next week.